Alright guys, I'm here today with a review of SH Figuarts Perfect Cell. Now this is the empty box of it, sitting in front of you of course. That's the back, and then there's the side. I got this a couple weeks ago for Christmas actually. And you can get them at Barnes & Noble, so that's pretty cool. One Barnes & Noble I've been to, but I know there's a couple in my state, sell these and Gundam models and more. So that's a pretty cool feature they're doing, and they're reasonably priced. This guy's $60 at Barnes & Noble, but occasionally Barnes & Noble has coupons and sales and stuff, and you can get it decently lower than that online or in store. So yeah, here's the figure itself. Quite a nice looking figure in my own opinion. Cell has always been one of my favorite designs from Dragon Ball Z, and that's why I wanted this guy really. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z growing up as a kid after school, so it brings back a lot of nice memories and nostalgia. This is my first real Figuarts that I've played around with a lot. I have a couple of others technically. My girlfriend has the 3 Sailor Moon releases so far that I've gotten her, but I haven't really messed around much with those myself. So this was really my first experience with this line. So let's get into some articulation, I suppose. We'll start down here at the feet, where you can actually see his feet are bent in two, so that it can do like a pose where he's, you know, a lot of force this way or something. Got to brace himself. Now, as awesome as that is, and it actually looks quite nice whenever it's back like that, it doesn't do a whole lot of good for standing. You know, you just can't get enough weight pushed on this top little bit to get it to stand, at least not in my experience. But it is cool that they did that. If you have one foot flat on the ground and the other like that, it can work though. Otherwise, the foot wiggles around a little bit there, goes a little side to side, like that. Typical ball joint foot movement. At the knee, it bends over 90 degrees, all the way back there, and you can see this little knee plate separates from the top, so that's a nice little feature right there. Up here, we're on a ball joint, so it can move all around like that at the hip, and it can move in and out just a little bit there, so you can get some nice posability. You can bring it down, push it back up, and that just kind of extends the posability a little bit and helps you get some of those more out there poses. The other leg is the same, of course. At the waist, it's separated. You can see right here. And then this piece is separated up there. So this is literally just like a filler piece, and you can snap it back in place. Now you separate it, and you can turn this guy 360 all the way around. Let's see. And you can bend it back and forth like so, mainly because this piece is separate from this piece, so you get some flexibility there. It also turns side to side, so you can have them leaning, like so. So I hope that was a good illustration of the waist movement. There's a lot of moving parts in there, so it's a little bit difficult to explain. At the shoulders, these little shoulder pads are loose, so they can be moved up. As you can see, his arm goes all the way out to there, about 90 degrees of movement. It can go 360 around. It can go quite a ways back and forth. If you can see, there's just a ball joint in there, so it can move all over the place. Now right here, between the purple part and the green armorish part, can spin full 360. At the elbow, it can move up almost 90 degrees. This part doesn't separate quite as much as the knee, unfortunately. I would have liked to see a little more movement there, but that's a really small nitpicky complaint. The hand moves 360, of course. And you can move it around a little bit because it's on a ball joint, if you can see that. I think my fingers might have been covering it up with how small that hand is. The head can move this far to the side, that far to the side, and you can bend it a little bit farther if you want, but the back of the headpiece is just a little bit impeding. It can go forward, down, up, like so. So there's not a ton of neck movement, but it's enough neck movement. It's really all you need, to be honest. And then you have the little wings back here. They can move in, out, around, all over the place. You can hear they're a little bit creaky. The ball joint there is pretty stiff. But yeah, they have a pretty wide array of movement there. So that's the main articulation on the figure. So let's look into what extras come with it. Now, quite a few extras come with this kit. Part of the reason for the high price point, I believe, over some of the others. You get 4 sets of hands, the clenched fists that are on him currently, these open hands, so you can see. There's another set of open hands, but they're a little bit different. These hands are each molded differently, like that. Get these hands. And then you get a pair of crossed arms. Now what it is the parts separate right here, right where it turns, right there. That part of the arm separates from the top part of the arm on both sides, and you just clip these in place, and he has his arms crossed. So that's how that works. You get 2 face accessories. Oh, my camera fell. I'm sorry about that, guys. You get, technically 3. You get the one that's on him. Let's see if it focuses on his face there. There. A not very happy face. You get a smirking face. And you get this, like, Kamehameha face, where he's in the middle of an energy blast or something. So you get those 3 faces. Those are actually quite easy to switch in and out. The head pops off very easily, pops back on very easily. Despite how small that joint is, it never feels like it's going to break. Then you just slide that out. You pop a new one in, and then you pop it back on there, and it's fine. The hands also, very easy to pop out, very easy to put a new hand in. So there's no problems at all with switching around the accessories on this. Contrary to my D-Arts Beelzemon figure that I had, where it always seemed like if I changed the head or changed the hands, then that thing was going to snap. I haven't had that kind of problem with other D-Arts, but that Beelzemon was very, very delicate, and it really kind of made me wary about these kind of figures ever since. Now there's one other big accessory this guy comes with, and that is like a posable scene accessory. You get this right here, essentially a piece of ground, and then these air wave blasts that have little chunks of gravel and dirt and stuff in it. And then you get the energy blast itself, which connects onto the little stand here. Now this can be a bit of a tricky connection, getting it to stay in place, because the peg doesn't really quite want to fit in the hole on this. But if you get it to stay there, let's get that in view. And you switch in some hands that look good with it. Then you can get him in this energy blast kind of pose. Now I know my pose isn't great. I just was fiddling around with him on camera so that you could get an idea of it. But it is very cool. There is such a wide range of posability with this figure. I really do like it. It's a little bit flimsy. if you know what I mean, where it just seems like everything is moving at one time, but it's necessary for such an amount of articulation. I guess I'm saying flimsy in relation to the Sailor Moon figures, which I've messed around with a little bit, and they seem just a lot stiffer. You know, only one piece is moving at a time, if you know what I mean, and so it can be a little bit more difficult to get this guy exactly in the pose you want, but there's just so many poses he can get put in. So it really is a lot of fun. It's a very nice figure, and I highly recommend it. I know it's my first of the Figuarts line, so I can't really say this one's so much better than the others or anything, but I do really enjoy them. And I like messing around with it a lot. I'm planning on hopefully getting some more of them. Maybe the Goku, Vegeta, or Frieza ones. I don't know. But yeah, I'd really like to get, you know, Teen Gohan or Trunks, but those are quite expensive, unfortunately. Anyway, that is my review of SH Figuarts Perfect Cell. I hope you like it, and I hope it helped inform your decision about them a little bit. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.